See me? The light looks like it's doing some weird stuff back and forth, so my apologies. Um, welcome. Okay, there you go. Welcome Instagram. Welcome Facebook. Good to see you again. Thank you for letting me into your homes again, or your cars, your earbuds. Um, it's good to be here. Um, before we get the show going, I want to do a couple things. First, I want to read the mission statement as I always do, because I think it's important for people to understand that this is not just, an entertainment show, although I do my best to bring some entertainment to you. But this is a this is a learning and a healing and a listening and a sharing device as well, and a platform, and I hope that everybody is able to take advantage of this, because and to share it with your family and your friends and so on, because this is such an important thing that we take on now and hopefully forever, and that is that we are doing our best to create a path to understanding and unity, and to tear down the walls in people's hearts of racism, bigotry, and so on. But let me read the statement. I and we acknowledge and express the racial divide, racism, oppression, exploitation, violence, systemic racism against Black men, Black women, and Black youth in the United States and all over the world. This also goes for any minority or anybody that is being oppressed. That is gay folks. That is trans. That is disabled. That is anyone that is not treated with love, kindness, and fairness in this country, or in this world. We are trying to seek out the reasons why people harbor that kind of thing in their system, and why they choose. Hey, hip hop Elise. Uh, that's why we're trying to have this conversation, because we want to learn from each other. So everyone is invited to the table. That means if you love, or if you hate, or if you agree, don't agree, whatever it is that you're going through, we want to make sure that you are engaged in this conversation. We want to try to understand each other and then uplift each other. But also we want to take time after we share information with each other to move forward and process that information, and then turn that information into positive actions. That's why the show is called Food for Action. So again, to finish the statement, I and we will proactively help create a path to a true united state in America. And I wrote that because I believe that it's very important for us to understand that what the end game here is to achieve something that has never been in existence in this country, and or over the world, and that is a united state. We are called the United States, but yet we don't live in that state. We don't live united. We don't love our neighbors as we should. We don't care for our neighbors as we should. We don't. Hey, Fabini, how you doing? This is Mr. Fix-It. How are you, man? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining. This is a platform where I really am praying that maybe this is my last attempt in life to do something that will help heal hearts and help heal wounds and scars, inner scars, and cultural scars, and hearts. And we just want to do our best to engage in this conversation, not just on this platform either, but also engaging in the conversation with your, after we do this, share this information with your friends, share this information with your family, share this information with your children, share this information with your coworkers. maybe you have some friends that you don't really like to talk politically. You don't really like to talk about, some of the racial division issues. You don't like to talk about those things, but that those people struggle with that stuff. You know that you might have some friends, longtime friends, schoolmates, classmates, whatever. You grew up together, and you don't want to do anything to rock the boat. But those folks, they do some hateful stuff. They say those bad words. They say those hateful words, and we want to engage in this conversation and talk to those people. And let's stop being scared. Let's stop being worrying about people's comfort zones, but shake it up a little bit and get to the point where we are truly engaging with each other about what is right. Because mind you, or keep it in mind that to say nothing, to do nothing, is just as if you are approving it, as if you approve of that hateful stuff. To say nothing and to do nothing is just as you are being complicit. And that is, a lot of people tend to think, well, no, but I'm a good person, or, but I go to church, but I this, but I that. Nah, man, if you're not doing something, if you are not making a positive impact in any way, shape, or form, if you are not doing your best in whatever way that you can, everybody has a different way. I'm not here to tell anybody how to do it. You'll be convicted of that when you start to engage. What I am telling you, though, is that it's time for everybody to engage. It's time for everybody to enter the conversation for real, to really join in and be part of the process, be part of the progress. I always, for such a long time, of this show so far, I've always told people, if you're not getting up every morning and saying, hey, what can I do for my Black friends who are fighting this racism thing? Well, look, let's add everybody to that pot. If you look at anybody that is living on your street, at your job, at your kids' schools, so on and so forth, if you know anybody that's being oppressed in any way, and you're not lending a hand to help, but you're just watching it happen, and you're sitting there saying you can't do nothing about it, that's malarkey. That's BS. Everybody can take part in this thing. What you do is between you and the conviction, and you and God. And, if you believe in a head of lettuce, then you and that lettuce. That's between you guys of what you do. But that you do it is the important part. Because you can't just sit there and say, well, I can't clean up this, or I can't do nothing about that. I don't have anything to do with it. Yes, you do. If you have thoughts, if you breathe breath, if you have eyes to see things that are happening that are wrong and you're doing nothing, then you are a part of that problem. People don't like to feel that. People don't like to address that, but that is the truth. I want to address something else too. We got a special guest coming on today in a few minutes. My guys, LIONTHRONE, who are just dope. I put a part of one of their videos online earlier. I didn't this week. I'm not good at this stuff yet. Hopefully, I get like an intern or something from college. But I did my best to put some of their stuff, one of their videos, and I hope you guys took some time to search them out. LIONTHRONE, they're at LIONTHRONE Music on Instagram, at LIONTHRONE Music on Facebook, and their website is LIONTHRONE. I think it might be LIONTHRONEmusic.com too, but forgive me for that. They'll be on shortly. They'll tell you all about it. So they're going to be here shortly. But before that, I wanted to talk about something because it hit me many times before. But let me preface by saying that I used to, so most people know that I was a musician, part of a big musical family. My pop sister's amazing jazz musician, my mom classical, all my brothers play, write, sing, dance, whatever, act, everything else. And so most of you guys know that, but if you don't, that's where I came from, and that's what I did for forever, and even was doing, the best I can with my chronic Lyme disease symptoms, but even doing some up until the pandemic happened. But since then, it's been, kind of just chilling. But I've been doing this show, which I'll talk about the history of that again at some point. But one of the things that I used to do was I used to give vocal lessons, and I used to when I did vocal lessons, most of what I did was had to do with performance, and I always wanted to stress to people how to make sure that you're carrying out those melodies. That's something our pops always told us. The most important part of that song is when you're performing is to make sure that you're delivering the melodies with feeling and making them impactful, making people understand it and feel it from you. And so I did that. And one of the things that I used to use as a tool was people singing the national anthem. So I got caught in kind of a little thing a few months ago because, you know, as a lot of people know, I dealt with a lot of the racial issues growing up, and I had some mistreatment and, you know, stuff. This was before there was cell phone videos and all that, you know, things that happened and so on. But and then, of course, my parents, my mom's white, my dad's black, and, you know, so we went through the whole thing and still do. But I had never thought about this before. And then a few people made this apparent to me. There was a doctor who I posted his stuff. There was one of the sports guys that I like to watch on First Take who brings this up all the time. And one of the things that I always talk about is, and like I said, I'm going to bring LIONTHRONE in a minute, but I have to make this point real quick, and I might even be able to get them in on this once I bring them into the show. But I used to teach people to sing the national anthem, and tried to stress how to do it and how to to bring feeling to it, and so we would go through this big old thing, and I would do that, and I thought that was kind of an essential thing. It was a good thing to go through because there's so much meaning behind the song. And then I realized, and was pointed out, that there is a third stanza. We got to get the volume turned down on somebody's device. So I'm gonna do mine as well. All right, cool. So, all right. So, anyways, I'll good to see you guys on Instagram. Give me 1 second. I'm going to finish this thought, and then I got you. All right. Good to see you guys on see LIONTHRONE already there with me. So I used to teach this, and then I learned this, and I want to read this to you because I think you should think about this in the back of your mind as the rest of this show goes on, and then carry it with you later. The third stanza of the national anthem, or the Star Spangled Banner, says this. It says, and where is that band who so vauntingly swore that havoc of war and the battle's confusion, a home and a country should leave us no more? Their blood has washed out their foul footsteps' pollution. No refuge could save the hireling and slave from the terror of flight or the gloom of the grave. And the Star-Spangled Banner in triumph doth wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. If you don't understand what that stanza said, it essentially is saying that one of the underlying principles of the Star-Spangled Banner is pointing out again how Black people in this country at that time still were not a people. We were only a property. We were only a slave. And if we violated that position of being a slave or being a property, then we should be killed. That's what this says. If you want to take it and break it down into individual sentences, maybe we can do that on an upcoming show. But this literally says, no refuge could save the hireling and slave from the terror of flight or the gloom of the grave. That means that if we try to run, we will be killed. And so I want people to understand that it bothered me because I even watched a sports event yesterday, and I watched a young Black girl come on it was a boxing event, And she came up and she sang the Star Spangled Banner. And my heart broke. I had tears in my eyes. And I was talking to my cousin and I was like, I just couldn't believe this. That we don't even know this, that we don't even realize what this song stands for. And then people will say, well, we're not singing the whole song. We're not singing that verse, but that's the song. Rather we cut it up, rather we edit the song, rather we just sing one part. I used a funny thing. If anybody watches cartoons, I'm a cartoon buff from way back Bugs Bunny days. And there used to be this little shortbread song that used to come on. Mama's little shortening, mama's and that was like one of the it played multiple times during the cartoons. It was kind of like a running, chasing theme-esque type of background music. And that song is literally making fun of Black people from back in the day. And so finally somebody went back and they started editing those things out. Now, I don't want to sit here and just say black, 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 and so on. But everybody does understand that this is, there is the systemic racism that people try to deny. This is what happens, and this is how these things keep on going. Because if I sit here and somebody invites me to a show to sing the Star Spangled Banner at the beginning of a sporting event, and I go do that, then I am now a hypocrite of all that I preach and all that I believe and all that I stand for, because I'm literally singing a song about killing me. And I'm telling you that it's okay. I'm singing that song in front of thousands of people, which I unfortunately have done before, way back in the day. So I just wanted to bring that to everybody's mind. We can talk about that again in full at some point. If anybody jumped off because they heard me speaking about this, all I can say is that I feel sorry for you. And I'm not saying that to be mean, but these are things that we need to come to grips with as a people, as a civilization, as Americans, as neighbors. Just wanted to hit you with that. I've been very light on you guys lately, just bringing entertainment. So now we will get to the entertainment. But you guys stick with that. Put that in the back of your mind. Read it, study it. I got that from the Maryland. I'll post it this week. I actually have the original transcript of the Star Spangled Banner. I got it from the Maryland Institute of History. And so, but you guys can Google it and find it. And just in case anybody thinks that I'm lying about that. All right. Without any further ado, at this point, we are going to bring my dogs in. They're like on point. Oh, hey, Christian. Good. I'm glad you heard that. But this is the truth, brother. And I'm here to set you free. Oh, which reminds me, that's the name of a song by these guys right here. All right. So at this point, you guys on Instagram have already been seeing them in your screen. Now you're on Facebook too. Fellas, what's happening?
What's up, y'all?
That's great. So I have like a whole crew. So if you guys can do this first, I guess every show that you guys go on probably does this to you. From left to right, let's get everybody's names real quick.
Guy Waters?
No, my left. You're right.
I was listening to
Brian Montoya.
I know you were.
Brian Montoya, lead vocals, lead guitar, keyboards.
Brian Montoya, lead vocals, keyboards, guitar, rocking it. Next.
Yeah, Captain J drums, play, do some hip hop, rapping, singing.
That's right. He's the killer. All right, next.
Shorty Brown, man, I play trumpet, some hand drums, vocals, #1 hype man.
Truth. And you play a black trumpet too.
That's
right. And
by the way, black and gold.
Oh, it is gold too? Oh,
yeah.
Snap. I feel so it was going for the cute vibe and the powerful vibe. I got you. All right, bass man.
You already know who I am.
I'm trying to get you to introduce.
Not today.
I'm trying to get you to introduce yourself to all the people that don't know you yet.
My name is Kyle Leon Waters. I slap at the bass man. Somebody shouted us out. Finally, shout out to Paul Rudd.
All right.
And Slap it
All
the
right, so check it out, guys. So we're gonna go like all the way around the world. I don't know how much time y'all got, but I'm gonna soak every minute that I can get. All right. So first thing I want to do is find out where to, because you each, I mean, I don't know if you were friends first. I'm gonna pretend like I don't know who you are because I'm trying to literally get these guys who don't know you to know you and want to seek you out. So how did each of you, I want to get like a little short synopsis. How did each of you get into music to begin with? Family, what friends, what was it? And then how did you guys meet each other?
I think family all the around. Then we all met on a certain timeline. I met when I was in the area. I met Kyle. I've known Tommy since we know Ryan in Virginia.
I hate to say this, whatever your the main phone that's giving me Facebook is cutting in and out.
This here?
Yeah, see, now I can hear you. Maybe it's the distance. I don't know. Thank you. All right, so oh, you're gone. All right, well, you're still on Instagram. So let me see if I can turn my I can't turn my Facebook down because that's my main source right there. Can you guys still hear me though? Hold on a second. Can you hear me? Okay. Because when I turn this up, it starts to give me feedback. I don't know how to change that. So sorry for the technical business. That's all right. This is for all you guys who are hanging out with us so far. This is just part of, technology. Modern technology is a biatch. Hey, thank you, Christian. I appreciate that, bro. Okay. Can you guys still hear me, though? Okay, cool. Oh, man, don't call me sir. I already feel like Moses. Yep, I got you. Okay, well, listen, until we get Facebook up humming, anybody who's watching on Facebook right now, you feel free to jump over to Instagram. My Instagram page is at OBIE_SBTSBC. And what I'm going to do real quick until they get logged back in, I'm gonna shut Facebook down for a minute. Okay, hold on a second. So don't leave me though, Facebook people. Jump on over to Instagram real quick because we got a little technical difficulties on Facebook, but we're still live on Instagram. Be right back, Facebook. All right, guys. Hold on a sec. Bam.